Hello there, Commanders. It has been a long time since I made a Total War Arena News update video, so we have a lot to catch up. Except that sentence somehow doesn't feel very natural native English. I don't know, something puts me off about this sentence, and I have no idea what, and I should. But anyway, we have a developer log number, I have no idea what. I don't think they numbered it. But it is about year 2 of Arena, except the year 2 of Arena has started 2 months ago. So they're a little bit late with that. But then again, there was a developer log back then as well. So anyway, let's see what they have to say. Can you imagine that it is already over a year since we launched Arena in China? We are thankful to our partners at NetEase for this opportunity to bring our game to you. During the last year, Arena changed a lot. It evolved in response to your feedback. We released 2 new factions, plus many units, and all that during the COVID pandemic, which added an extra layer of complexity to our work. To all of you who stayed with us and provided constant support, thank you. It means a lot. Second year of Arena, you can expect more special missions and events. We also want to experiment with the main game mode to have a little fun, but also to look for potential tweaks to make battles more enjoyable. Commander tokens now let you play for 2 hours, so you have more time to try some new heroes. More improvements were made to help fresh players find their way to victory. This is part of our continuous effort to make the game more accessible. Okay, let's stop here and digest what they have written. So yeah, the people who have provided constant support by actually still playing the game, they are the true MVPs and truly need to be thanked for that. So that is correct. And as much as they thank you, I also thank you for that. For everybody who still sticks around, who still plays, who still watches my videos, you guys are the real MVPs who still want to see the ship going. So if you can get more hands on deck and on board, then please do so. It'll be helping all of us a lot. And now, going over to special missions and events. Yes, they have been introduced a few patches ago. I think, yeah, they started around that anniversary patch. So what they're doing is, well, there's plenty of things they aren't doing as well. But what they do is that they put some special missions in the game that are sometimes bagged, more often than not. We had 2 bigger special events so far. First it was Ambiorix and then it was Caesar, and they were exactly the same missions, except, well, one was Ambiorix, the other one Caesar. It comprised of 4 consecutive missions, so in order to access the second mission you needed to complete the first one. So it went, I think, play 5 battles as Ambiorix or Caesar. Then it was get 1.5k kills. Third one was deal 400k damage. And the last one was win 6 battles as the respective commander of which event it was. And it gave a decent amount of gold as well. The last 2 missions gave you gold, I think 900 in total, maybe? I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was a larger amount, not just some token amount like 10 or 50 or something. No, it was a proper amount of gold, so doing them was worth it. Cool event, right? And I think they were 3 weeks apart, 4 weeks apart, and in between you had some other events as well when they released Barbarian Archers. Oh, I actually see there are new Barbarian Archers down there. Yeah, what they did, they released a tier 5 Barbarian Archer premium unit and then tier 8 premium unit, and you could get a tier 5 premium unit for free if you completed a mission. And that mission was, I think, just to win 20 battles. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was win 20 battles, tier 4 to 10, so essentially PvP, not AI. Great. You can complete this mission with literally anything you want. as long as you play against other humans. Right. And then, well, not then, but earlier, prior to that, we also had a Tigers event. So pretty much the same drill. They released a tier 4 Tiger unit, premium obviously, and then tier 8 premium Tiger unit. And you could get the tier 4 Tiger unit if you completed, if you won 16 battles, it was, for tier 4 unit. And again, tier 4 to 10. So yeah, they have been doing the special events, which is something that I think we mentioned in our SUNTZU podcast way back in the day when we talked about what features we would like to have, and events, in-game events were one of those. What they have been failing on around those events is just letting people know and hyping people up. There was not a single announcement, be it on their forum, be it in the launcher, or be it on their official news site. I don't know, maybe they are posting these updates on like Chinese Facebook, Twitter, and what else they have, I don't know, they like WeChat, they have QQ, they have Weibo, I have no idea what those precisely are, but they're somewhat equivalents of, you know, our Facebook, Twitter, Discord, or whatever. So maybe that's where they are posting them. But for us Westerners, I guess, the only way to actually find out is to get in the game and see it for ourselves. And then there may be a little bit pop up in the bottom right corner saying there is some kind of event and it includes some kind of discounts, maybe, but we're not gonna tell you. And if you already have what is discounted, you have pretty much no way of checking it. Except you have, I think, because if you go into like premium shop in the game, then it shows there. But may not be with everything. So yeah, when the Caesar event was going on, and a Bjork's event, I think they were discounted by 25%, and then some premium units were also discounted. But unless you go into the Roman tech tree and see that there's a discount, you have no way of knowing, because that little pop-up in the bottom right corner doesn't say anything about discounts. It just says Caesar event, have fun. Or maybe there isn't even that. I don't think there was one for Caesar event. Neither for Ambiorix, actually. So, yeah. That's something that CA definitely needs to improve upon. And now, they have been teasing some kind of... They want to experiment, they want to introduce new balance changes. The thing is that we are right now at patch 4.24, and we haven't gotten a single actual balance change. Okay, no, well, we had, what is it? The tokens, no, tickets. That's what they call tickets, victory points anyway. Official name tickets, actual agreed upon by everybody name victory points. You get victory points for decorations. So nuking, eliminating units, killing commanders, etc. You get points for these. So that is an actual balance change. But apart from that, balance changes to commanders and units, we haven't seen those for over half a year, I think, at this point. And even back then, they were pretty minor, like just small tweaks and adjustments rather than big balance changes that are, I think, severe needed. They have been teasing that also for quite a while, still haven't delivered. So yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. So yeah, because I think they said it like sometime in the past, and there were like 3 or 4 patches since then, and still nothing. And it doesn't really match the definition of an experiment. Experiment is like you just YOLO forward, okay, let's do it, see what happens, instead of trying to internally test multiple iterations before you even release like something that you are happy with. Just fucking release it. If the community hates it, then they will tell you. Oh, they will tell you. There's a shit ton of people who complain way more than I do. If you think I am complaining about stuff in Arena, you haven't seen some of the forum comments. They're absolutely toxic and just garbage tier. So I really feel bad for developers and NetEase employees that are responsible for reading that and possibly forwarding that kind of feedback forward to the actual arena developers at CA. Yeah, because that is some actual horse shit. So hey, come here. I have actual constructive feedback in here. And yeah, Commander tokens, playing for 2 hours. They mentioned that in the previous developer log as well, I think. It's a meme. It used to be 3 days. And they were like, haha, more Commander trial tokens, but this time they only last 1 hour. I was like, haha, now they last 2 hours. Twice the time. Praise us because we are so generous. If you were generous, they would still last 3 days. So yeah, that's just underhanded, to be honest, by you. Shut up about it, okay? Because you're not doing anybody any favors here. Silver currency. In the previous update, we started a process to rebalance the economy and make silver a more meaningful currency. The backgrounds are now available to buy for silver, but there were also other changes implemented. I wonder if they refunded people who bought it for gold. Probably not, because why would they, obviously. The most impactful one was increasing the cost of consumables. Yes, it was very impactful, increased by about tenfold. So people started losing silver like crazy. Luckily, prior to that, people were gaining silver like crazy, so everybody who grinded up towards the higher tiers already had a shit ton of like stockpiles of silver that also would take quite a long time to burn through. So I had like 2 point something million, and I still have 2 point something million, even though I was bleeding silver as well. But yeah, I haven't really felt it, because I stockpiled on silver prior to that. And I had 2 million silver. I know of people who had like 6 or 8 million silver. So yeah, I'm sure they were fine. It was a problem maybe for newer players who started getting in and grinding quickly during that time. For them, it fucking sucked, I can't even imagine. But other than that, it was fine, and it's good that it is dialed down now. And the patch that comes out tomorrow, well, when this video comes out, it will be in the past. That's why I already said we are patch 4.24, because we effectively are anyway. There are no balance changes. Yeah. And here's where they say 23rd of November. I'm recording it on 22nd of November. When I will release this video, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in a week. And then we have... wait, I haven't read it entirely, right? We can honestly say that in the past the costs of consumables were neglectable. Good. Nobody complained about that. This is not how this feature is supposed to work. It should let you customize your armies for a small fee that you can cover with the spoils of war. Our expectations were that with the increased number of special missions, daily login rewards and seasonal giveaways, players would maintain a healthy balance of silver, especially when using premium time. Yeah, that wasn't the case. These changes did not work perfectly, and some adjustments need to be made. If you won a battle and perform at least average, your silver balance should be positive. Okay, here is bullshit. Because no matter whether you are the MVP and absolutely carried your team, or you were the guy who almost threw the battle away, or even if you are the guy who threw the battle away and you are the reason your team lost, your rewards are exactly the same. Well, okay, they're not exactly the same, but there's like 1% of a difference. Like, we've checked that. We are playing in parties. Let's say I am the MVP, because obviously I am, and then some noob from SUNTZU in my party is last, and we play the same tier, we get the same rewards. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The only things that are contributing to your post-game rewards are whether you won and how long the battle was, and then the tier, obviously. I guess 3. But a tier isn't really a factor, it's like a predetermined parameter. So yeah, the factors are victory or loss. If you win, you gain a little bit more, and how long the battle was. If you win quickly, you gain less per battle, but actually per unit of time, it is more. So faster victories are better in terms of farming XP per unit of time. So there we go. And we'll address that issue in the next update on 23rd of November. Yeah, they already did, because they reverted back to old consumable prices, and the new consumable prices that they have mentioned in the patch notes that are now out, they weren't out by the time this post came out. Yeah, they're barely changed. I don't even know what's the difference. I don't know, maybe they're even lower, I don't know. They're super low, so no worries about that. What I need to do, as I said in my previous video where I covered the 4.24 patch notes, the unit cost, like upkeep cost, for replenishment after you finish the battle, that's what they need to look at. But I don't know, they're doing some weird stuff with it. What it could be just so straightforward, just a fixed fee, and it'll be perfect, just like consumables. Anyway, new barbarian archers. 2 new premium units arrived in the game to help Ambiorix with his fight against the Roman Empire. Belgae archers and Eberron's marksmen have interesting historical background. They have played a key role in building the immortal glory of Ambiorix's resistance against powerful conquerors. Do we know the same history? I think Ambiorix got absolutely wrecked. He had one victory because he ambushed some Romans, and then Caesar came and kicked his ass. Something like that. So yeah, that wasn't very much an immortal glory there. But yeah, sure. The thing is, well, Belgae archers kinda suck. Everyone's marksmen are okay. Here's my review. I'll be posting premium reviews when I make them. SUNTZU. 100 extra player levels. That was cool. Actually, for getting level 500, previously 400 was the highest, you now get 2000 silver, which is a lot. And you also get 100 silver every 3 levels. So on the way there, you get another 3300, and then the 2 levels in between give you 10 gold each. So that is 660. So there you get 6,000 gold for leveling up by 100 levels. They're going quite fast. They're not like increasingly, exponentially rising in the amount of XP you need. This is like a fixed amount. You just keep leveling through them really quickly. So yeah, you get that gold really quickly, which is cool. But it is less cool once you finally reach it. Yeah, there's another game that I play that has a really good level system, which Arena might need to adapt. Might want to look at. Flexible premium time. For those of you who have limited time to play and want to get the most from it, we prepared this new offer. You can now subscribe to Premium for just 1 or 2 hours. If you collected some gold from the login rewards or quests, treat yourself with some premium time with Arena. Yeah, it's very, let's say, gold per time, or time per gold, is really, really bad. But I actually do have a friend who said that it is perfect for him. He doesn't want to play Arena all day, maybe doesn't want to play Arena 3 days in a row, over a weekend, like for example when there is double XP. And yeah, he just comes in, buys the premium for 2 hours, and then leaves, and then whenever he comes back he buys another 2 hours of premium. Which, yeah, if he doesn't buy gold with actual money, he's going to very quickly run out of gold if he does that, because, well, it is unsustainable. Because, yeah, as I said, the ratio of gold per time per gold is really, really bad with those. But, yeah, it's just more options. So, more options is never bad. Good for you. And now we have downsized parties. Playing with friends is a fantastic way to spend time. It is great to coordinate your units and synergize your skills for the best outcome. Also, I thought CA is in Britain. Why is there American in here? But sometimes a party of 4 players could dominate the battlefield and make the solo players feel helpless. In a 10v10 game with common presence of AI-controlled forces, 4 players had too much impact on the battle. We hope that lowering the size of the parties to 3 will make the game more balanced and fair. I will tell you what it does. It makes ranged units close to unplayable, pretty much, because ranged units, in order to be able to function, they need a functioning team around them, which usually consists of another one player of cavalry and 2 players of infantry. If you go with 2 players of infantry or 1 player of infantry and 1 player of cavalry, you are somewhat lacking and you need to rely on your random teammates that usually suck. So yeah, it's not cool for ranged players. And even if those random players do not suck, they usually will not coordinate with that ranged player, and then the ranged player just suffers. So it is kind of sad for ranged players. That being said, what they are saying is true, that in the game where there's a lot of AI filling up the teams, it is a problem. Matchmaking really struggles with that. But I would say, instead of doing such a band-aid solution, how about you just fix the population of the game, improve matchmaking algorithms so that it doesn't do fucking brain fart games that it can do. For example, a few days ago, I was in a 3-man party of 5 tier players. That one friend that I just started playing, who is buying premium for 2 hours. I played with him. The only thing he can play is tier 5 Germanicus Cavalry. He wants to play Cavalry, doesn't have Scipio yet, so he plays Germanicus. And we have to play tier 5 with him if you want to play with him at all. What matchmaking does, puts another 3 players in the enemy team, but they are tier 9, and tier 6, while we are 3 players of tier 5. Yeah, and one of them is a Leonidas, so that's even worse. If it wasn't a Leonidas, maybe we could have won. But with Leonidas there, he just sits there and laughs at us. He's like, haha, you want to shoot me? 100% block chance. You want to fight me? Shield bash. Yeah. And there was really no answer to it. You want to rout me? Haha, hold the line. That is 100% up. 100% of the time. Yeah. So it's an okay solution, but it shouldn't. We shouldn't have been the place where it needs to be introduced in the first place. So I'd rather they've tried to fix the underlying problems than, you know, just not curing, but what is it? Treating the symptoms. Like, cure the root cause of the problem, cure the disease, do not treat the symptoms. I mean, sometimes you have to, right? But it is supposed to be a temporary solution. You're treating the symptoms for the time being while you're fighting the actual disease, I guess. Maybe not the best worst choice there, but whatever. And then we have, finally, feedback hunt. If you would like your voice to be heard and suggest a direction in which Arena should go next year, please have your say in this quick survey. Or survey. Let us know what you think and share your honest feedback. Oof. Yeah. I don't think they're really open to feedback because they have received a shit ton of feedback and they're doing absolutely nothing about it. Case in point, we haven't had any proper balance change since at least half a year. Where are my Leonidas nerfs? Where are any nerfs, any buffs to anything? The only significant-ish change was the victory points, which made some units more potent than others at gaining them, and therefore the game a little bit more balanced. It is a really good change, and it is something that the community wanted pretty much since the beginning of the Chinese version. So yeah, that is pretty much the only feedback point that I have actually listened to the community to and actually introduced. Other than that, can't really recall anything that would be provided by the community and introduced by the developers. Well, given that the community is quite large and people are saying a lot of random shit, and pretty much everything they implement was being said at some point by someone, but I mean like someone with some kind of credit to his name and an ability to think critically and properly about the game. So yeah, that kind of people. But that's it. That is the developer log number who knows what about second year of Arena in China. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you on Arena's Battlefields Commanders.